You want to open your blinds? You can open your blinds.
No, I'm not going to open my blinds. You told me that I need to be in a very dimly lit room.
I didn't say that. I said
just
that
have light shining down from one. How's that? Gives sort of a horror effect.
you look like you got two faces. You should never be backlit. I don't know. That's what they tell you. You don't be backlit.
Thank God for you. Thank God for my producer, giving me all the tips and tricks from across the way.
It's a good time to be alive, but is it a good time to buy or not? Are rates going up? Are they going down? Where are rates going? Are home values soaring, or are they at rock bottom? Are you going to buy and lose all your equity or gain a ton of equity? Nobody knows. What's going on? Is anybody out there?
This is literally all of that is happening right now every single day, from day to day. Every single one of those things is happening. All of it.
Welcome back to another episode of That Mortgage Show. It's May 2nd. May the 2nd be with you and with your spirit. Al, what you got?
It's just another crazy week in the mortgage industry, right? You got to just keep your head out of the news, because if you look at any of the headlines of the articles, and we're going to dive into it a little bit, it's just constant mayhem. Things are going up, things are going down, things are going to be great, things are going to be terrible. Tariffs, trade wars, trade talks,
I'm terrified.
And at the end of it, right, you're terrified until you take a beat. You're terrified when you're looking at it, and then you take a beat, you take a second.
Terrified.
You read a couple. Ooh.
Hold on, I have to answer this.
It's our processor, Britain.
I'll edit it out.
Thank you, my friend. Bye.
And we're back. Al, what is on your mind?
I don't know. I lost my train of thought. I was onto something and I lost it.
Don't try and get it back. You don't have to try and get it back.
Yeah. The big cat!
Oh, what's going on?
Cowboy! What a surprise
What's up?
this is.
What are you nerds talking about?
That's one way to enter into somebody's show. Why don't you have a little respect, okay? Have a little respect for the showrunners. Don't talk to my producer like that.
Well,
and
I wasn't talking. What makes you think I was talking to your producer? I was talking to you directly. Look at your nerd
Welcome
face.
to the show from the car. Wes White, previous guest, superstar.
It's a professional show. It's a bit. We run a business here.
So we're.
Yep, got it. I apologize.
We're just about to get into. I don't know why you would call us nerds when we're talking about things like the PCE report and initial jobless claims. I mean, that is like totally
non-farm payrolls.
Non-farm payroll, Wes. What do you know about non-farm payrolls?
Farm payroll. That's like the stuff made in the labs, not raised on a farm.
No, you're thinking GMOs. No, we're talking about like employment,
jobs.
Military.
Now you're talking. Where are you on your way to, Wesley?
I am on the way to. I don't know, to a hospital.
I hope everything's okay.
Yeah, no, it's a housekeeping day. It's nice, no pressure.
Love that.
Check some stuff.
Is that a V-neck or just is that a V-neck or is it just a shirt that's just should have been thrown out?
He's down like 90 pounds. None of his stuff fits anymore.
He's so little.
I know, he's so thin. We call him Thin West, Thin Cat.
All right. 2 on 1. This is fair. Why did I get?
But you come out of the gate swinging.
One of my pals.
When you come out of the gate, you look.
It's not a V-neck. It doesn't even look like a V-neck.
Look, Wes. I'm just saying we've had you on the calendar for what, like 20 minutes. Why aren't you prepared?
What are you? I'm just happy to see you put a shirt on, shirtless Abby.
Here we go. This again. I thought I escaped.
We're off to a great start.
And here we go. All right, we're going to do a little thing, okay? We're going to do a little thing. And here's what we're going to do. Al and Wes, I want you to think of a word, okay? And I'm going to count to 3. And when I say 3, you guys both say your word. and then you're going to think of a word that connects the two words that you said. All right.
And we
Got
do
it.
that until we say
So
the
you
same
say
word.
the same word. All right. Ready? Get your words.
Okay,
Are we
hold
keeping
up. Okay, go ahead.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hospital.
Moose?
Wesley, take it serious. You're supposed to take it serious.
Sorry, I had to. Come on, I had to get. That's my liner. Sorry, let's start over. Start from the top.
I'm going to have to edit that out. All
We're
right.
gonna edit that out. We gotta edit it out.
Can I
You're
tell
gonna-
the joke? You know the joke. Anyways,
At the
Go
same
ahead.
time.
I got it.
At the same time.
at the same time.
Okay.
Ready?
Now I can't say hospital. I gotta say something else. All right, I got it.
You can say whatever you want except for the word that Wes said. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Show.
Tuna can.
Okay. All right.
Wes.
Good luck.
Okay.
Good luck. Ready? Show and tuna can. Okay. What do they got in common? Not a lot, but let's see. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Albacore.
Commercial.
You're delayed.
Ooh.
You got to do this.
You're delayed.
You got to do this in person.
Yeah, you are. You're so delayed.
All right. You get one more chance right now.
Okay.
But one more. I think we
Albacore.
got it.
Albacore and
commercial.
Commercial.
1, 2, 3.
Tuna.
Deep sea fishing.
That's good. That's pretty good.
Commercial fishing.
I was gonna say tuna, but
You
I
said
thought
tuna
since I already
can.
said tuna can.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So while we have
Yeah.
Wesley, you're not
Yeah.
in the mortgage industry.
Gotcha.
You're not looking at this stuff
Mhm.
all the time. What's your perception of what's going on in the housing market, in the world, in the real estate, housing, real estate, mortgage economy?
So first, I use a line from your show all the time when I'm talking to people to sound like I'm in the know. But I always say how you were like, you could have been in a coma for 4 years, and every single day while you were in a coma, people were talking about everything crazy that's going on with the rates up and down, and they're exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It always gets a laugh too, and people think I know what I'm talking about.
Nice.
That's great.
I love it.
I think it's interesting. When I was in the market looking, I was like, dude, this is ridiculous. The prices are insane. It's not sustainable. Something needs to happen. But once I got a house, now I'm like, the price needs to keep going up.
Yeah.
It's only
There's nothing
realistic.
There's nothing on the market. Why would my home's price go up?
How quick did you turn that page? Yeah, we're not heading for a recession.
So-
you kidding me? These things are going up. The
Wes-
trajectory is to the moon.
Wes is in the market and has the mentality of a Gen Z, this is bullshit. Nothing. I can't afford anything. Oh yeah, buy a house. But pull yourself up out of your bootstraps. What bootstraps? People don't wear boots anymore, and they don't have straps. And then he buys a house, and he immediately
Exactly.
becomes a
A
boomer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. Look, I worked hard for it. Why shouldn't you have to work hard for it?
Yeah.
I didn't get any handouts.
I love that, Wes.
When-
Perfectly summed up.
Yeah, Wes
Perfectly
didn't.
summed up.
Maybe like Wes didn't go out to dinner every night like you freaking youngsters. He doesn't have.
Yeah.
He doesn't
I make
need 9
I
Prada
make my
handbags.
coffee at home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't need to go to the Starbucks every day. You know?
So what if I don't get the guac? It's still good. I'm
Right?
I'm still full. I'm
Just
going home to
smart.
my house while you're paying a landlord.
It's right. So these are the smart decisions. Don't get guac. Buy a house.
Yeah.
Get
And
guac and coffee.
Exactly.
Rent for the rest of your life. Is that
Yeah,
what you're trying to tell us?
You splurge for the guac. I get it. When you're out and you're eating Mexican and the lady comes by with the cart and she's got the fresh
Oh.
avocados and she's like, it's hard to say no. You've had a Corona or two, maybe a margarita.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But if you're thinking at all about your financial freedom and home ownership, the key is to
Yeah.
Avoid the metaphorical guac.
Yeah. I'm out there. I'm Dave Ramsey in every restaurant, man. I'm taking leftovers off of people's tables. I don't care
I love
because
that.
I'm going home to my house.
What
I
do you
love that.
What do you think about like you know, maybe you just maybe instead of maybe you get coffee beans, you grind them up, and you're making your coffee every day. Before you know it, you take that savings and you buy a quadplex. Wes, take it from there.
Oh yeah, because then you can live in it and you can rent the rest out, and it's just a money making machine. And then you use that money to buy it. And like, who's to say why if you're owning 10, why not own 30?
Right.
You know,
It's just about scaling at that
if you
point.
get 30, and it exactly. And think about that. Look, everybody thinks it's hard. Once I made my first million, it was just like a cakewalk after that.
Yeah.
And all it takes is don't get guac and just buy houses.
Don't
Yeah.
don't get guac. Buy.
Buy.
Man.
Yeah.
And that's
You know what's ironic about all these like genius entrepreneurs is they spend all their time sharing all their secrets instead of like just making money for themselves.
Well,
And they always have a plan that you need to buy. I feel like it's a trap.
well,
do you though?
I don't know if it's,
Yeah.
I don't think that it's far fetched to believe that all of these well lit egomaniacs are
Yeah.
altruistic and just want to help everyone succeed.
Mm-hmm.
No,
For
it's
such
true.
a small
It's
nominal
true.
fee, right? For just a small
Yeah,
fee,
right.
you can share a piece of that revenue.
Right.
They're going to give you their secrets. Now, here's the thing. I mean, you can't necessarily just give them away to the next person. Just you got to get that person to buy, you know what I mean, buy a subscription too. You know
And
what
then
I mean?
and then you make money off of them.
Right? And it kind of
Yeah.
goes up a little bit, if that
We're-
makes sense.
A little.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
guys,
But you always have something to aspire to.
there's
and that's
a correlation between talking shit about those kind of people and being a broke ass loser. So if we just want to be like broke losers, I guess we can just shit on those guys as much as possible because that's what they would say. Like, of course, the broke people say that, but you need to buy our
Oh.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, most of them are broke and pretending. But I just don't understand why what I said needs to get edited out and you're just dropping curses left and right. I think we should hold each other to the same standard.
Broke
There's
ass
been
loser
nothing
is a
edited
little
out, and there
different
will
than
not
loose
be.
dick.
Now you said
Completely-
Yeah.
A
This is
complete
all, he just wanted a full circle. I know he did. He just wanted to get you to say it. It's all part of this crazy scene.
within
Next
context.
thing you know, you're buying his program for $29.99 a month
Yeah.
on how to get people to say moose dick on a podcast.
This is how you entrap a podcast.
Link down below.
Now Wes owns the rights to our show forevermore
Uh,
because he's
Yeah.
recording. So
mhm.
within context, broke ass loser is a little different than with no context. 1, 2, 3, say a random word that comes to your mind, and you throw that out there. But let's not get off
Mhm.
track here because I want to help people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to help people.
Yeah.
Scale their real estate investment portfolio, and I thought that's what Wes would want to talk about too.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he gave a couple of great little nuggets on how to do it too, right? It's a mindset
Yeah.
thing. First of all, you got to have
It's a coffee thing,
I-
first of all.
It's a coffee thing. It's a Gen Z mindset until you buy the house, and then you got to have a boomer mindset, right? And then you got to no guac, no coffee, grind your own beans. I think is basically
We're going to go look at Market Watch here, and we're going to go through some of the bigger items from this week's economic calendar, economic news. So on Wednesday, we had ADP employment. U.S. businesses, according to the ADP numbers, U.S. businesses pull back from hiring due to unease about outlook, ADP says. Private payrolls up only 62,000, weakest increase in 9 months, according to ADP. ADP, if you're in the know, which I'm not, I just pretend to be on a show. It's like, think of this like ER. I'm George Clooney.
ooh, good pull. Okay. I like that
So
analogy.
ADP is notoriously just wrong with their numbers. But anyway, they say that U.S. businesses pull back from hiring due to unease about outlook. ADP says private payrolls up 62,000. Now we're going to jump ahead here a couple days and we'll circle back. But remember that. Now we've got on Friday this morning, U.S. non-farm payrolls comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Let's read this headline. U.S. adds a solid 177,000 new jobs in April. Little sign of trade war damage yet.
Yeah.
So wait a second.
Up from the projected 133. So projected 133 up to, and it's 177.
But what about on Tuesday when ADP employment private payrolls up only 62,000, weakest increase in 9 months?
Yeah.
One
So
of
if you
these.
read-
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'll let you go in a second. But one of these two need to just stop being part of the equation because one of them is way off.
Right.
Or am I way off? You know?
I don't know if they're measuring two different things, but I mean, you're definitely getting kind of conflicting information based off of the headlines of both of those articles. So you got one that overshot projections to 177, down from 185 in March, but still above the Dow Jones estimate of 133. So
one is showing like flat or better, and one is showing no good.
An upward trend. Yeah. One's showing no good, one's showing flat. And then the unemployment rate itself stayed at 4.2%.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Well, yeah. So, I guess the moral is just maybe don't even look at this stuff. But
the moral is whatever you're looking for, you're going to be able to find it. If you want to find doom and gloom, if you want to find negativity, you can find it. If you want to find positivity and a little bit more of a positive outlook, or maybe just not a negative outlook, you can find it. Right? It just depends. Whatever you're searching for, you're going to find it.
Yeah, well, we all, we're searching for experts to provide expert information, not confuse people and have completely contradicting statistics. So GDP came out in the middle of the week as well. GDP shrinks for first time in 3 years as Trump tariffs trigger record trade deficit. Tip of the iceberg? I don't know. It depends who wrote this and what their political affiliation is, honestly. So that's GDP. Yeah. That's the economic calendar. We'll jump over to the 10-year. It had a little tick up yesterday. Have you looked at it today?
It was down a little bit from where it was last week, and really the past 2 weeks when it kind of shot back up after that little blip in the radar when things got low. And
let's take a look at the 10-year. Oh my God! It's up to 4.289.
Like 2 weeks ago, it was at 4.4, right?
Yeah, and earlier this week it was at 4. It was pushing toward 4. It was 4.16. So I mean,
3 weeks ago it dipped below. It was below 4.
Yeah. So the madness continues.
Yeah.
The madness continues, my friend.
It is literally day to day, week to week. You got to just watch it like a hawk. And for the most part, if you are in the market, right, if you are looking to buy, I had this conversation yesterday with a borrower who was asking about the rate and, the best time to lock in. And they saw, I guess they were watching the news a couple weeks ago when things dipped down. It was like, wow, I heard that things got down to like a 6.5. And it's like, yeah, it did. But it shot back up. It took a week to go down and shot up in a matter of 2 days, maybe. So it always goes up faster than it goes down. And, so if you are in the market or you go under contract on a house and you're looking to buy and the payment works, the rate works, everything looks good, I would say lock in right then and there, because if you wait, sure, there's a possibility you could ride that wave down a little bit farther, but is it worth it to run the risk of it going back up and then you're kind of in a time crunch of when you can lock before you close and you're sweating bullets? Just get locked in, eliminate the stress of day-to-day wondering where things are going to be. You're locked in. You know where you are. You know what your payment is. it works for you, and then you can just tune it all out and just move on and just focus on closing your loan and getting into your house.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way that I personally look at it. Otherwise, it's just an extremely stressful situation that we've all lived through. So.
There you have it. Some dynamite insights from Al, but it's not all. Sometimes it's not all jokes and sunshine and rainbows. Sometimes Uncle Al's gonna have to slap you with some cold hard facts. He's not afraid to have tough conversations.
Nope.
Look, this guy, he's the kind of guy who's got a beard, and he's kind of the guy that's got hair on top of his head. And when Al walks into the room, you can't help but think, hey, there's a guy that's got hair on top of his head.
You keep saying that because I feel like it's because I got a little patch that I'm losing, and I feel like you're just trying to bait me into something. I'm not going to buy it.
No, you're a really good guy that has a lot of really great qualities about you. And when you walk in a room, I don't know if I don't think I'm making this up. I think that we've been in rooms and you've walked in and I've heard like one or two people say, "There's a guy that's the type of guy that's got hair on top of his head." And I'm like,
I really wish they were saying other things about me. There's a lot of different directions you could go there, and all I'm getting is hair on top of his head.
That's
kind
of guy.
Everything that I'm putting out in the world, and I'm getting hair on top of his head.
Yeah.
There's a guy that's just here. That guy is he's existing.
You don't remember when we were on that Zoom call and we didn't have cameras yet, and we were just doing the Zoom call, and that title rep was like, "This Al guy. There's a lot going on here, but he sounds like the type of guy who's got hair on top of his head."
No, I don't remember that at all. At all.
You want me to move on from that? We'll go on to something else. Al's the type of guy who most of the time during working hours is wearing a shirt and pants. And
that's it.
He puts off the vibe.
For the most part. For the most part.
He puts off that vibe that like he means business. You know what you can expect when you can get out of Al? He's going to show up with pants and a shirt most of the time.
Most of the time. Depends on the situation. Now, what are they saying about you? This is a guy.
We don't have to get into that.
He's got a map of the world in his office, but it's on the ground and it's sideways. Is it because the world's a little sideways? I mean, this guy is just moving at the speed. He is so far. He's 2 or 3 moves ahead of anybody else.
I don't know.
And then it just gets you thinking.
I don't know if
you know
it's
what
that.
I mean?
I don't know if it's that. I think it's more like
he's got books on his desk. He obviously he's an educated man, right? He's got books on. He's got some glasses with some tape on them. He's an educated man, but he's got a longboard. Guy enjoys having a good time. Do you put those on when you talk to your borrowers? Huh?
Let me just. If I'm calculating debt to income ratio, these babies are on.
I love that. That's how you got to become another person.
If I'm examining pay stub and trying to find someone's year to date and adding back in bonus and calculating a 24-month average, I got these and a magnifying glass.
Now, what happens if those bad boys start to slide down your nose a little bit?
I will most definitely go.
That's perfect. That is perfect.
Look, I think it was a good show. We are at the 34-minute mark. We should probably wrap it up. Al,
man, time goes fast. I think we got some good stuff in there. Hopefully we gave the folks a little bit of knowledge about, some of the programs, some of the strategy on when you're looking to buy a house and some of the things that you can do, and whether you put down more or put down less or lock your rate, not lock your rate. Some nuggets in there that might be helpful.
Don't you want to help support the show? If you want to help support the show, just watch the show.
Just watch the show.
Come on, just watch the show. We're trying really hard.
Watch the show.
Look, when we get, I'm not going to say that it hurts my ego, because it doesn't hurt my ego. Mm-hmm. When we get 20 views on YouTube, but it's a lot of work to get 20 views, and I know that there's something missing that isn't tickling the algorithm's fancy, and I don't take it personal. We just need to adjust and do things. But how about you watch the show?
Do your part. We're out here doing our part. And here's the other thing. Whether you watch or not, we're still coming.
Mm-hmm.
We're still pumping it out there. We're still coming. We're still putting out content. We're still doing our show. So you might as well just watch, because we're gonna be front and center anyway.
You're riding in the car. You're riding in your car. You got 20 minutes. What are you gonna listen to the same old thing? Watch our show.
Watch the show.
Just put
That's
it
it.
on.
Aren't you tired of the same old thing, right? Same old people talking. Get a fresh insight on the world and on things that are going on, or maybe have a little laugh.
Yeah.
Hear about Al's hair.
Hear about Al's hair. He's got hair on top of his head. He's just the kind of guy that you know what you can expect out of him, that for the next couple of years, he's going to have hair on top of his head. And you can guarantee that for the next 6 to 7 months, he's going to have similar thickness in his hair on top of his head. So
you got a 3-head. You don't even have a 4-head. You got a 3-head. Your hairline has been here since I've known you, which has been, 30 years, something along that. 30 years. Look at that.
There's wisdom
Look
in
at
that widow's peak. There's wisdom in that widow's peak.
Guy shaves in a widow's peak for wisdom. That's the first time I've ever seen it in my entire life. He shaves a widow's peak. And then there's those of us who it's there. It's inherent. That's wise. That's how you know I'm a dad and mostly a husband.
Let's get out of here before we scare people off. And this has been That Mortgage Show. We are signing off. Buy, sell, sell, sell. We'll see you next time.
Lock the rate.